Okay, everybody, welcome back to episode 9 of Bar Talk, the beverage and spirits podcast from Relief and Resource Company in Fenton, Michigan. I'm your host, John Foley, as always with Mark Miller and Courtney Booms.
Hello.
And we'd like to thank our production team at iLogic Media for helping us put out these episodes. They are fantastic, and maybe they'll have a lot to do with this one.
Yes,
I feel like it's a highly produced.
This episode specifically.
Yeah. So we're going to do a little riff on a popular show that I'm sure any of you have seen. So I've got a bunch of chicken wings here. They're going to become increasingly hotter as I eat them. I volunteered to do this first. Marc and Courtney are going to do this at some point. Yeah. So I've got a bunch of chicken. It's going to get hella spicy as I go on, but we're adding a Relief and Resource twist as I will also be chasing them with a moderate dram of increasingly higher proof whiskey, because that just sounded like a great idea, and why wouldn't we do this? And then Marc and Courtney have interview questions for me.
Yes.
In the style of said TV show.
We certainly do.
I'd also like to mention, for those who are watching this, you can see it right here. These wings have been donated to us by Beale Street Smokehouse in Fenton, Michigan, just down the road from Relief and Resource, by Lisa Reading, who is the owner of Beale Street. It's a fantastic place. They absolutely have the best wings in town. So we wanted to make sure that we gave them a little bit of recognition for just giving us the chicken, which is delicious. So thanks for the free lunch, Lisa. And if you're in the Fenton area, go. They are attached to the back of the gas station, so a little bit hard to find on North Road right by the roundabout, but legit barbecue, great place. Usually quite a few good beers on tap too. So
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I really didn't prepare at all.
No,
I just wanted to come hungry.
This is mainly Courtney and I's.
And you guys are going to
production
ask extremely probably appropriate and industry specific questions. Right?
Well, generally some of them, yes.
All right,
some of them not so much.
Yeah. All right, well let's get primed. So I've got just straight up Cholula?
Straight up Cholula to start, yeah.
Or Cholula lime, actually.
Oh, Cholula lime?
Cholula chili lime.
I think that's a good wing sauce. I like a little citrus. So let's do it.
All right, so nice, easy.
What's the drink?
This is Glenlivet 12, the Glenlivet, if you will.
It's a scotch that made me like
Yes.
scotch.
And Booms, I think you're up with the first
Fire
question.
away.
If you had the ability to time travel and you could pick a specific time to live and enjoy cocktails in that moment, time and place, when and where would you go? Yeah.
Cocktails?
Yeah. Cocktail culture, the whole vibe, the bar scene.
Specific time.
That limits it, because I would almost initially say like Victorian era England.
Sure.
Which is attractive to me because I love like Sherlock Holmes and I'm a big Jack the Ripper scholar, and I don't know if the cocktail scene would be exactly where it was at then. I'd probably be drinking a lot of
bathtub gin,
basic spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So probably like Mad Men era Manhattan.
Okay.
You know,
Nice. Yeah.
like
Art
50s,
deco.
60s, totally lavish, totally indulgent. I think I'd look good in one of those hats.
Absolutely.
And it was all about cocktails. So
Nice.
I think probably, like Don Draper era.
Get you some
Madison Avenue.
Manhattan, some martinis.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Nice. All right, next wing.
This is an actual hot one sauce.
Yeah, so this is just the classic hot sauce.
So like
Guinness.
anytime wing sauce.
Anytime wing sauce. Yep, it's just their baseline.
Where is it?
hot
Where are
sauce
they from?
Guinness. Yeah, I want to say New York, but let's do a quick Googling real quick. The Heatonist.
Like that just tastes good.
Yep. Yeah, they're based out of New York. Yeah, it's got great flavor to it. The dram with it is Ardbeg 10-year, I believe is the one that we picked.
Old time standard.
I love
A little bit of smoky Pete.
Yeah,
My
and
smoky
actually,
wings.
originally in the list, I had this as the first scotch, but I was like, I don't want to blow your palate out right at the get-go. So we put a little bit of Glenlivet before it. But
Yeah, that just tastes good with wings though.
yeah. So this question, second question.
That's except my ale.
Absolutely, yeah. Music is a big part of your life and the culture of our bar specifically as well. If you could sit down and have a drink with any musician, past or present, who would it be and why?
Any musician, past or present?
Past or present.
Can I choose one that's alive and one that's dead?
Sure.
Okay. Bowie for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he wouldn't have time for my shit, but if he was like actually willing to listen to me and like talk to me for a half an hour,
Yeah.
for sure. And I don't even know if I'd want to talk to him about music. I would just like to hear his opinions on like literally anything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. And present day, I don't know if he drinks or not, but I would totally like belly up to a Chicago bar with Steve Albini.
Oh
from Shellac. You know,
Yeah, that's cool.
he's like he's a an icon both on the stage and off, you know, because he's engineered or produced so many great albums, but also his stuff is like consistently some of my favorite music.
Yeah.
I probably play Shellac in here probably more than you guys actually even want to hear. Also his band earlier than that, Big Black. Yeah. So like, I would just want to talk to him. Plus he is like notoriously very opinionated about other bands. And I just would like to tune him up and see who he dogs on.
Yeah.
Like he hates the Replacements, and I also hate the Replacements because they're not punk enough for me.
Spend 20 minutes shitting on the Replacements.
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, I would drink old style and cheap whiskey with Steve Albini
Nice.
if I could.
Very cool.
100%.
All right, ready for the next one?
Yeah, man, these are good.
All right, wing number 3
Is it's a little shout out to Blake's, right? So they've got
Oh yeah, I have this at
Chavo
home.
mango habanero hot sauce.
Yeah, this stuff is good on like
Habanero
everything.
cider.
And it's made from. Is it made
Yeah.
from the cider? Is the cider a base? I don't think so. Maybe
Mark,
not.
you picked up.
Because you can put
this one,
cider
right?
in hot sauce.
Yeah, I think it's just mango habanero.
Inspired
I don't think
by-
it's- Yeah, but Blake's is from Armada, Michigan, correct?
Mhm.
Yep.
Armada.
Armada, yes.
I asked a local
Oh,
because
really?
I had gone back and forth so many times.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do you say the name of your town, right?
Yeah.
Just like it's totally Armada.
I
So
always
it's
found-
not a group of ships.
Gotcha. That's being chased with a little bit of Elijah Craig small batch, little 94 proofer.
This is our barrel though, right? This is a single barrel. I saw that. I saw the logo on
I
it.
did grab our barrel.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I couldn't resist the idea.
Courtney and I
to
picked
put
this
down
one out
a
in
pipe
was it May?
yeah,
Went down there.
of this most recent past year.
All right.
Yeah,
And what's the next softball question you got for me?
Oh, you grew up around a period of time in the industry where cocktail culture transformed from the kind of sugary post-drug revival
Yeah.
into one that became more focused on crafting and honoring the original idea of the
I don't think I've
cocktail.
ever heard it
free
called the
and-
post-drug revival.
Woodstock, man.
Yeah.
Into like it basically just riffing on prohibition drinks, but then adding a bunch of new technologies and modern ideas to the mix. So,
Right.
what was your transition like as you moved along to where you are today? Like going through that.
Well, I mean, I knew, although I admire the techniques involved in like say molecular mixology
Sure.
and some of the high-tech stuff like getting a centrifuge to clarify your juice, like all that's awesome. But because I came up in Genesee County, I knew that there were certain limitations to what I would do. So I think like developing that philosophy of what I could do that worked from where I am. Not that the people of Genesee County wouldn't appreciate it. It's just I didn't want to do all that.
Sure.
You know, I was happy enough just learning like classic builds, learning how to build cocktails the right way. So it was gradual because it took an amount of kind of time and space to actually create that where I am in Genesee County
Right.
and in Fenton specifically, which is a town of 12,000 people. So it developed slowly because it had to.
Sure.
So it was a slow process of like weaning people off drinks that say were just easy or not that good,
Mhm.
and slowly introducing things like it was almost like for the first few years it was almost like what's my cocktail this month? You know, what's
Sure,
my
yeah.
like hobby horse cocktail to like
Yeah.
so we're going to talk about the Mai Tai for like the whole month of June and try to get as many people to try a Mai Tai as possible. And then, you know, the next year it would be like, well, okay, now I'm going to try to see if anybody likes aquavit.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I first tried it, they were like, fuck, no, I don't want that. It tastes like rye bread. And then a couple years later, they're like, no, aquavit's cool.
Yeah.
Did you feel that other bartenders around you were kind of into that same idea of like trying to, or are they just kind of resting on their laurels? and
Well,
being
here
like,
it was different
well, let's
because,
make cotton candy, you know, martinis.
yeah, like
right.
here in Fenton, it was kind of different like in the early 2000s because almost everything was kind of, like there weren't as many opportunities to do that at the bars, right? So like
Sure.
the fire hall hadn't opened. You know, we didn't have Chow yet. We didn't have Andiamo. You know, I was building it at the Laundry, and really the only bar that would have potentially done it was the Fenton Hotel,
Yeah.
and they were kind of sort of doing it like a little bit after we were,
Mhm.
because you know as we were doing it, it was happening in Detroit, it was happening in Ann Arbor, and almost all at the same time.
Mhm.
I mean, my craft cocktail program got off the ground right around the same time that the Sugar House opened. And, you know, Zimmerman's Roadhouse was doing like the old school cocktail list, but like Ravens Club, like I really started the program proper at like 08 or 09.
Yeah.
Ravens Club had been around for about a year when I got married and went there. But I remember like when Ange and I got married, it was 2012.
Mhm.
And I think Last Word had been open for like a month.
Gotcha.
You know,
Okay.
I think the first Vucre that Giancarlo made at Last Word was for me on my
Yeah.
wedding day. So it was all happening. It was all happening because we all were kind of looking back at these old drinks and trying to figure out how to do them.
Sure.
So you had other cohorts basically that were
but not
into-
here, not in
Yeah.
Fenton, not in Fenton at the same time.
Right.
So like it was all bartender skill shit.
Yeah.
It was all like it all happened kind of the same time for like Ravens Club, Sugar House, Last Word, Oakland, Laundry. But I mean, if it really goes back to, I mean, the first two places I ever heard that did like old drinks that really had a serious attitude towards them was probably Zingerman's Roadhouse and Roast. And even though Roast is gone now, you can't underestimate the work that Travis and Joe did there because they built this whole thing. They built it around this happy hour that was really kick-ass. It was in a hotel. So they had a traveling group of clientele that were like ready for it.
Nice.
Yeah. Does that answer the question?
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
think so.
really well, thank you.
All right. Wing number 4. I believe this one is Los
You got
Calientes.
me over 100 proof like right away.
Yeah, we jumped to it real quick.
Okay, Los Calientes. So this is it just means the hot ones.
Yes.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Another hedonist sauce as well.
What kind of it looks green?
I don't know the base of it actually, but
It smells
know that,
green.
I know that it's delicious. I put it on eggs quite often.
Green serrano chilies
Serrano.
and cumin cilantro.
Did you pair it with rye on purpose because rye has a green label usually?
What? I don't know what
I just put wild turkey on there, wild turkey 101.
I grabbed the
Boone's made
rye because you
choice.
didn't have rye yet.
But I like it with the color coordination.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll wait till you get that wing down and then take a sip.
This
of
is
that
just a
wing.
really good wing.
Yeah.
Well,
Like I said, I love putting that Los Calientes on
Honestly-
eggs, on tacos, on.
I really didn't eat
Yeah.
breakfast on purpose
Oh, there you go.
in anticipation of this because I wanted to be the best subject possible.
Sure, absolutely.
Also, Beale Street gets some like really thick wings sometimes.
They have good wings.
Yeah.
We're starting to see a little bit of sweat on the forehead.
Oh, yeah, it's hot.
It may or may not be a reason why I wore a hat today.
All right, question number 4.
I didn't feel like combing my hair. It was
I'll be
fine.
wearing a hat.
You're quite the film aficionado, as we
Sure.
Give me 3 of your favorite directors, your favorite film by each of them, and why you enjoy those films.
Okay. So I don't know. I feel like I should do it from different eras.
Sure.
So like old director. I was always a big Hitchcock fan, but I think my favorite old director is Jean-Pierre Melville, who's a French filmmaker and who did a lot of stuff like pretty much in genre film.
Okay.
So he did a lot of crime film. He did a really great classic resistance spy film called Army of Shadows. But my favorite one by him is called Le Samurai. So it's about this guy, Alain Delon plays him, and it's about this guy who essentially lives his life by the samurai code. It's a big influence on Ghost Dog by Jim Jarmusch.
Oh, nice.
So he lives a very regimented life and is completely dispassionate. But then, obviously he gets involved in something that forces him to care, and it becomes his downfall. But it's classic French New Wave film noir.
Okay.
It's a great movie. Contemporary directors, it'd be hard. I'm just gonna. It's kind of hard. Like as I would say, Coen Brothers, Tarantino, or Wes Anderson. But I feel like I need to pick just 2. So
Right.
the Coen Brothers probably are filmmakers that truly made me love film. And where I think Fargo and No Country for Old Men are probably their best movies, the one that I'm going to say is my favorite still from them is the one that I saw first, which is their first film, Bloodsport, which was made on like a tiny budget and is essentially just a nasty, dark little film noir about a guy who finds out that his wife is cheating on him with one of his employees, hires a private eye to kind of take care of it, and it just gets messy as hell and gets bad. And really, those 4 actors are the primaries in the whole entire film. There's a couple of other people who are just like side characters, but really, it's a very lean, tight, just mean little movie. And it's about it makes all these other films about crime seem really silly because it's like, yeah, okay, you kill somebody and you disappear the body, but that doesn't really actually happen. Like you can clean and stuff, you're gonna get caught.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be awful,
Yeah.
and it's gonna get worse and worse from that moment, and that's exactly what happens in the movie. And it's just such a doom trip, and it's so darkly funny and so awesome. So definitely that.
You got one more?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a horror film because I like a horror director because I'm a really big horror fan. I don't really have it. I don't know. I don't know if there's one director. Like if I'm picking one more, I will say Wes Anderson because he did direct my favorite film. So The Life Aquatic is my favorite. Is my favorite movie, and it's probably the most maligned of all of his films, but I think it's absolutely misunderstood masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I wrote this question, I was wondering if you would go Anderson or Tarantino. But you
I
went
love
Anderson.
Tarantino. I love Tarantino. Yeah, but and I like, but I think I feel like he's such a master that I like most of his movies all equally.
Sure.
Where Wes Anderson, I love all of his films, but The Life Aquatic, I probably will return to for the rest of my life because it follows along the whole examination of generational themes, father-son stuff that he does so well, and it's probably the best example of it.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Forwarded.
All right.
All right.
Ready
Next
for
one. Let's do
wing?
it.
Number
I
5.
promise I'm not stalling. That was just a really good question. So what is this? This is Small Axe Peppers Habanero Mango. I think Small Axe is a hilarious name.
It really is. Got a small axe there.
That's a
bud.
total. That axe, she a hatchet.
They have a series of their hot sauces with like a Detroit one, a Chicago one, like where they do region specific.
What is that flavor with? That's good.
Mango habanero.
Oh, so we had 2 mango habaneros in here?
Yeah.
All
This
right.
one's more mango than the Chavo is.
Yeah. And then we're pairing that with some Weller Foolproof, our single barrel pick. So it's at 114.
Hey, did you guys know we picked single barrels? There's 2 of them in this thing. They're super great.
Booms, this question is yours.
I think we have enough single barrel picks. We could have done all barrel picks.
No, I want to drink
We
scotch
might be
too.
missing one,
Yeah.
but just in general. All right, question.
Remember, this is for fun too. Like
That's true.
it's
It's for
already
pleasure
really
as
hot,
well.
but it's definitely for fun.
You're into it.
Yeah.
You've said before that if you weren't bartending, you would have liked to have become one of America's most prolific writers. Who would you say inspires
I
you?
probably wouldn't have been prolific. I probably would have been the asshole who publishes a book like every 7 years.
Just adding some flair for
Yeah,
you.
okay.
Yeah. Who would you say inspires your creativity the most in the world of literature? And if you were to write a novel today, what would the baseline of your story be? What would the overall theme be?
So I used to think I would like work with like real important themes, right? You
Sure.
know, like capitalize all those letters.
Yeah.
So like, you know, Cormac McCarthy is a massive influence. I love how lean his prose is. Though I did just start reading The Underground Railroad by is it Colson Whitehead or Colin Whitehead? I can't remember his first name.
That's a good question.
He's fantastic because the weight of what he's writing is so immense, but the pace of his prose is so brilliant. It's almost an amazing balancing act what he's doing.
Close in my head.
Okay, I knew it. So I'm gonna read like everything else he wrote because I'm loving this book so much that once I finish it, I'm just gonna order one of his next ones. But if I were to work in fiction now, like if I were to pick up and like write for fun, it probably wouldn't be anything serious. I'm a big fan of the horror genre, so I would probably just want to dick around with the horror story and like just, you know,
You're
like,
gonna go
just
like
have fun.
pure wacky and just like literally write whatever comes. to
No,
your mind.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I've debated like writing something about the industry because I do have a background in writing, and I think that there's something to the whole write what you know
Right.
type of thing. But like the whole like this is our bar philosophy, and here's a bunch of recipes and cute pictures is pretty done.
Yeah.
Like
we
as much as we admire all of those books,
yeah.
the reason that the Death and Company, not the Death and Company, your books are awesome, but the reason the Dead Rabbit book is so good is because thematically and from a format standpoint, it changes everything.
They're adding to it.
It's just more of a
Yeah.
book.
Right.
Yeah.
So like one of the books I haven't read yet that I think would be an inspiration is that Last Call book, because it takes an amazing concept of this, like what happens at the end of the night from an industry standpoint. And it's kind of like this oral
It's getting you
examination
in there.
of it. Yeah. So like that would be cool. Like if I were to truly do it, I would probably do something about specifically where I started, how I did it, and all the other people who were part of it, because Michigan does have a great bartending scene.
It does.
But like, I wouldn't want to write it unless I also had, Joe's voice and Travis's voice and Yanni and Chuck and Jackie and all the other people who were part of this whole thing
Right.
as it came up. I don't know. It's a bigger concept than I'm probably ready to tackle right now, but that would be it.
Keep it on the back burner.
Sure, when I have time.
Nice.
Yeah, let's do that.
Excellent. All right.
You guys can work the whole time while I take my sabbatical.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah, it looks creamy.
It does look creamy. doesn't
Melinda's.
it?
It says creamy style ghost pepper wing sauce right on
Oh,
there.
look at
Wing
that.
sauce, yeah. So it's like meant to cover wings.
And it's got
instead of being hot
five little
sauce.
fires.
It
right
does
there.
look like, definitely a thicker sauce. And I like that kind of that sauce style on
It says level
Yeah,
5 out of
yeah.
5.
because it holds better.
There
to
is
the
sweat
wing.
dripping down my face, but I'm trying to hold it together.
Again, watch the eyes.
Yeah.
That's not.
There are
That's not a
extra
thing.
towels.
Contact lenses protect my actual eyeballs. What bad could happen there?
And this one we paired with Ardbeg Corrivecan, which is another 114 proofer, but it's 114.2. So it's a little bit higher than our full proof water. And on this one, this is a question we have labeled as the Angie Picture Dive.
Deep dive.
So
You talked to my wife.
yes, as they do on another certain show on the internet, we're going into some of your social media pictures or Angie's social media pictures and kind of have you discuss what's going on.
We
in
want to
these
hear some
pictures.
stories, basically.
Yeah,
That is the best pairing with this is the best
Hot
whiskey
wing
after the sauce.
nice.
with
Yeah.
bourbon.
I'm not messing with water yet.
So we got 4 pictures. He's still on beer.
On beer.
Actually,
All right,
beer's
and,
best because of the bubbles.
Beer's far better.
Yeah.
For the video section, Jonathan, this is where you put in the pictures. So picture number 1.
That's my wife and I on our wedding night. That's at the reception. We're at the Earl in Ann Arbor. It's
All
the
right.
coat room.
I don't think I've ever been there.
It's old school. We had a dinner in the sommelier's room. What are you asking me about that picture?
Just to describe it, what's going on there?
We're right in front of the coat room,
Beautiful.
Interesting
Excellent.
faces.
All right, next one.
where nothing ever happened ever in the history of our relationship.
What is going on there? You're bartending somewhere.
Where the hell am I?
Yeah, is that Ann Arbor?
So that looks like. No, that's a competition. That's the Heaven Hill Perfect Manhattan competition. Or
Oh.
perfect, was it Manhattan? It was a Heaven Hill based competition for any of their whiskeys.
Okay.
And it's at the Oakland.
Oh, right on. Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm at the Oakland. And that's
The Oakland is a cool bar.
Yeah, the guy in the corner there is Keith Cloran. He used to be the Heaven Hill rep. And he's like talking to me while I'm doing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next one. What is going on?
Yeah.
with
That was
Angel
my
Yeah,
favorite
this is
one.
this is awesome. So we were at that that aquarium museum at Great Lakes Crossing Mall,
Okay, yeah.
right? And so they have one of those like hurricane style wind like telephone booth things
Oh,
where you can
like
go
field-
in and
field
it'll like
forest thing.
blow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we're talking to Peggy like, hey, do you want to do it? She's like, yeah, I want to do it. And she got in there and she's like, I don't want to do this. And she's like, no, just try it. Just try to do it. So I'm like trying to take pictures of it. And Peggy is like, I swear to God, this wasn't child abuse. She was fine right afterwards. But she's like, let me out of this room. Get me the hell out of this goddamn thing. And all she kept saying was, I don't want to be blown away to Kansas.
What I
Oh, no.
What I
So
love
that's
the most,
Peggy. Angela's just like,
yeah,
check this
there's
out.
your faces. The compare and
Yeah, the
contrast
faces
between
are-
Angie and Peggy is hilarious.
Yeah, Peggy's just like, I'm done, man. I thought we were just watching
I
fucking fish.
trusted you.
Yeah.
All right, and we got one more for you. What is going on in this picture?
Yeah. What is that?
Oh yeah, that is where is that? Oh yeah,
Like-
that's like a traditional like cider vessel. I can't remember from where. So this was my birthday weekend in Traverse City. It's at Taproot, which is a not a bar themed from a classic crappy new metal band, but it is in fact. Sorry, you're local, but this is a cider bar. So they have like 30 different ciders on tap. And this is this traditional vessel. I think it's a Spanish vessel for like drinking cider.
Okay.
And we had been there for a little while. It was the day after like a long day. So like Ange and I are there. And the guy next to me, who's like looking really happy, his name is James Hallinan. He used to be my neighbor. And he's an old punk rock guy. And he and I used to talk music all the time. And he lives up in Traverse City. He's a DJ now. Like I used to be at Western. So the joke is I'm always going to go up there and like, we're going to curate this like awesome radio show. But the bartender came over and had mentioned that this was like a vessel for drinking cider. I want to say it's like a Basque vessel, like Northern Spain. Anyway, he poured cider in it and he gave us a freebie because it was my birthday.
Nice.
I'm just like, I'm trying to like angle it, right?
Yeah.
So it
Because
looks
you
like the
can't,
back of
you're
the
not
glass.
supposed to drink it right off the glass. You're supposed to like tip
Pour
it
it
and
into
then
your
like,
mouth.
yeah.
Yeah.
It took a second, but
Nice.
as you can see, there's nothing dribbling.
Can you
Throw.
wing? That's my question.
Can I do it with the next wing?
Yeah. Just
I'm not going to
Aim
drop the
it
wing into my
straight
mouth.
into your
No,
mouth.
I could do it with the bookers, like, but then you might see, yeah, it'd just be bad.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
just
It'd be fun video, but bad radio.
And thanks to Angie Foley for those
Thank you
pictures.
so much.
Yeah, those are good ones though.
Well, she sent
She
us a
gave
bunch
us
and
more.
then
We
we
had
kind
to
of
narrow it down.
pick
Yeah.
and choose. I'll show you the other ones afterwards.
Oh, great. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so now this is
Wing
this is
7?
No,
Wing
excuse
7,
me.
hella fucking hot. Widowmaker, great. Yeah, Widowmaker and
Dingo's Widowmaker.
chasing it with Bookers.
Yeah, which is 128, I believe.
I'm not scared.
128 proof.
Right. So this set of questions you kind of have to ask like in
Yeah.
the throes of heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Craziness.
So it's rapid fire. So I'm going to give you this or this, and you got to pick one. Ready?
All right.
Yankees or Red Sox?
Sox.
Tigers or Padres?
It's Tigers. We're from Detroit.
Michael Corleone or Tony Soprano?
To be my friend? Corleone. I like the gravitas.
Who's the better villain, Al Swearingen or Hans Landa?
Landa, Springs is not a villain.
Fair.
He's an
Fair.
anti-hero.
Fair.
Do your fucking research.
Jules Winfield or Django from Django Unchained?
Jules is part of my childhood.
Nice. Tom Waits or Nick Cave?
Cave. Why would you do that?
Martini or Old Fashioned?
Forever? Martini.
Forever. Martini? All right. Ramones or Stooges?
Stooges.
New York Dolls or Sex Pistols?
Dolls.
And the last one, Wild Turkey or Buffalo Trace?
Like flagship label?
Yeah.
Or distillery as a whole?
Let's do distillery as a whole.
Trace. Sorry.
Trace?
Sorry.
All right. Fair enough.
That's fucking hot.
Yeah.
I'll take the water.
Yeah. Understood. Lemon or no lemon? I'll give you both.
I'm not that fancy.
You held out real long though. The
Yeah,
water.
second
only
to
doing
last
water
wing
on the
was
second to
water.
last wing. Yeah.
That's not bad. This is the new benchmark though, Mark.
Why would you
both
ask
have
me
to
Waits or
not-
Nick Cave? That's unfair.
Because I thought it'd be fun.
Rapid fire.
Funny for me.
Rapid fire. Instant choice.
You went with Cave though, yeah? Interesting.
He's my favorite artist of all time.
I did
Fair,
think you were going to
fair.
say Waits.
Mm-mm. No, it's the iterations of Cave. It's that I get birthday party,
And
bad seeds, grinder man. I get all of it.
And you went Corleone over Soprano, which I thought was interesting as well.
Ange did?
No, you
no,
did. I
and
said
you,
Andrew did.
and you.
Oh, no, she would never because she's never even sat through the whole Godfather. Maybe once, and she's like, "Yeah, it's not for me."
Calling her out on a burn from.
No, it's not a burn. It's a matter of preference. She doesn't like long movies.
All right, were you ready for the last one?
Yeah, let's
The
go.
last step. Hold on. Are you gonna grab it?
No.
No? You're not?
Yeah, fucking. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Quick.
All right. You want me to grab it for you?
Time is what heals all pain.
We have to do the liquor order after this.
There
Be
you
like, just
are.
order some Baileys.
There you are, bud. All right, last wing is going to be The Last Dab, Triple X by the Heatness as well. Chased with some Elijah Craig barrel proof from 2016, which is, I believe, a fucking monster at 136 proof.
Hey, Jimmy, I said, do it. Let's go.
Get on it, boy.
Ah,
And Booms, I will.
Sounds-
I'll let you ask the last
thank
question.
you. Yeah. So as we know, you've been in this business for almost 20 years.
21.
Almost 20 is nearly 21. Okay,
Sure.
21. What is it that has driven you all of this time and still continues to inspire you about this industry to still be doing it today?
Because eventually I get to do this.
Because the end goal is a hot wings podcast.
The end goal is to be at least listened to enough to do something fucking totally stupid and like unnecessary just for fun.
Just purely out of the. fact
This
that
is
you
literally
can
part of
do
my
it.
job.
And here we are.
That's
Yeah.
true.
No, but I mean, all like joking aside, and the fact that I'm like dying right now, I'm trying to like answer the question honestly. That is actually not like a joke answer.
That you get to do.
The fact that I get to do this,
Yeah.
or to work with you guys, or to work with young bartenders, or literally come in and punch in and fucking talk about drinks all day, or come in on a Sunday and host like a cool tasting.
Sure.
I mean, that's awesome. I know plenty of people who are in like a total like drudgery based business where they come in, they punch in, they do their job, and they come home, and they're basically working for the weekend. The fact that I get to talk to people, have relationship with regulars, talk to you guys, and do all this, it's as rewarding as it possibly could be, even though it's super stressful and work long hours. I mean, I'm working right now. This is like part of my job.
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself.
And it's so stupid, but it's awesome. So this, like all this shit.
Nice.
That's why.
Such
But I
a
hate you
sweet
both.
answer. Yeah.
Well, you did great, bud.
Well, the reason I did this first is because I'm gonna fuck you guys up.
You held your composure
Ready to feel the
well,
pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really just the last two wings we're getting at you.
Yeah, it seems like the
I
last
was
two.
fine. That creamy Melinda stuff was great, but these last were hella. So like,
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't know if that Melinda's one was actually hotter than the small ass.
I was just
these are
bummed.
half-ounce Drams, so I've had like I don't know
4 ounces.
4 ounces of whiskey too. So that helps.
Now, how was
beer.
the hot whiskey following the wing though? Did it just like enhance the heat?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, the smoke kind of enhanced them, but the sweetness of the bourbon helps.
Oh, okay.
Like bourbon is absolutely the whiskey to nail with wings. I mean, the Ardbeg stuff is totally like aligned,
Yeah.
like with smoked wings. But once you put that hot sauce on, you need that corn.
Yeah. I didn't know if the ethanol heat would just make it worse, or. But you're right.
I don't even feel it. Like I'm basically almost like tripping out right now. You know, I had the hot whiskey.
John's like,
Son
whoa,
of a
man.
Yeah, it's like the Guatemalan insanity pepper.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Well, we did do you a
I'm
favor.
not
and,
licking toads.
we did do you a favor, and we didn't pull any of the bomb.
Right.
I don't think either of us had it.
Well, I don't think anybody wants to watch you getting punched on the podcast either.
Probably not. No, probably.
Because
not.
if I ate that, I would like eat it, chase it, answer the question, and then just
Sock you.
just punch you.
I want mine to just be all variations of the bomb and just.
Oh, okay.
Crying
Yeah,
the whole
Courtney and I
time.
can make
Just,
that happen.
okay, remember that you said that on camera.
All right.
And that
Well,
we have a backup now.
we're gonna do this again in a month, and it's going to be Mark next.
Oh,
We're
nice.
saving Courtney.
Oh, yes, I
we're
get to
saving
be
Courtney for the
last.
last because she is claiming that she's gonna eat hotter sauces than any of us.
I'm
Than
not
any of us?
Yeah, and we're gonna make her go to like sauce like 7 or 8, and then ask her to speak in German and Welsh. It's
Yes.
gonna be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm probably better at languages when I'm under distress.
Well, we are gonna find out. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.
Because the
John
first
Cole goes. "Ding." Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Okay.
You ready to go?
So ready.
So I can start now.
Let's fucking do it.
You want me to wait or
Settle
just,
up, bud.
you ready to go?
Did they say the same thing? Yeah. At least they're a different color. That's true. Do the intro.
That's my wife and I on our wedding night. We're at room. Perfect. Pat.
I want mine to just be all variations of the bomb.